to quickly cement some early status in this game. It's Mendes that brings it away from the Harry Kane pass. Harry Kane waves a foot of Mendes, who gets past him. Desiree Doué just down the line to Zaire Emery. And Doué again. Once Paris Saint-Germain get that ball, they like to keep it. One thing's for sure, if there was room for improvement in these two sides, it has to be in the goalkeeper defensive positions. No disrespect to the man on the ball at the moment, Manuel Neuer, but he is now 40 years of age, and it's perhaps a position that does need to be looked at by Bayern perhaps in the summer, who knows. Neuer is going to throw this one over the halfway line from the edge of his box. It's flicked on by Harry Kane and cleared away by Pacho. Pacho and Marquinhos at the back, and they played Lorient on Saturday, did Paris Saint-Germain, and Pacho was patchy, I think is the fair. As we see the goals in that game, he was all over the place for one of them, and certainly wasn't at his best. He'll need to sharpen up tonight, because with this front four of Bayern Munich, they will well and truly punish him. This won't be a 0-0, that's for sure. Well, if it is, I think I'm going to eat my hat. So the ball is played out by Neuer, and he's given it straight to Ruiz. That could be dangerous. Here's Doué, edge of the penalty area, 4 to beat, 5 to beat. In fact, he's been clawed down to the ground, but no foul given, and off goes Michael Elise. He's bumped by Mendes. That's going to be quite some battle again tonight. Michael Elise against Nuno Mendes. Referee opts to play on, and that's an indication perhaps that João Pinheiro from Portugal is going to try and let this one go at every opportunity. Pacho with that distinctive left wrist all bandaged up as the ball is played forward, and Kvaratskhelia can run after it, and he is a quick one. Is Kvaratskhelia into the penalty area, pulls it back to the edge, and an opening goal for Dembele. Paris Saint-Germain lead inside 2.5 minutes. It's a brilliant goal from Ousmane Dembele. I mean, he's just lifted it high into the top corner, but the pace of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to get clear of Bayern Munich down the left-hand side, and he pulls it back across the face of the 18-yard line. And there, waiting patiently, Ousmane Dembele, and he puts it into the top corner, and the Ballon d'Or winner scores his 20th goal of the season. 10 in the league, 10 in the cups, and Kvaratskelia's yellow boots were the provider. They were queued up because ahead of the man himself, Dembele, was Desiree Doué. Either of them could have taken it. They were free on the edge of the box. Well, I said it wasn't going to end 0-0. How right was I? Well, Bayern Munich, one thing they didn't want to do tonight was fall behind with the first goal. And a goal for Paris Saint-Germain very, very early on. Well, it doesn't cement the passage to a final against Arsenal in Hungary, not just yet, but my goodness me, it does put them in the box seat. Talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people have said to me, Bayern Munich will win this. Bayern Munich will be in the final. Bayern Munich, Arsenal. I've still said all along, I think Paris Saint-Germain are perfectly suited to a tie like this away from home. They will not sit back and wait for Bayern Munich today. They will go out and score their goals. Bayern Munich have got to go and score theirs. Harry Kane with the flick on, up in the air from Pacho. Vitinha. And then all the way back from Vitinha to his goalkeeper. A long kick from Matvei Sarfanov. Well, there were 9 goals in the first leg. It's taken 2.5 minutes to register the first goal of the second leg. This is a tie that has already had 10 goals. Arsenal await the winners. Four and a half minutes played here as the ball bounces awkwardly. It's taken on by Upamecano, back to Neuer. Seems to have been around forever, which probably explains his age, which is 40, but he's still a great goalkeeper, isn't he? Not as good as he used to be. 10 years ago, there was probably little argument that he was the finest in the world of football. There's been talk this last couple of weeks that he might come back and play for Germany in the World Cup. Here come the home side looking to get forward down the right with Lema. Lema holds it up. No, it's not a great pass from Lema, trying to find Michael Elise. Down goes Pacho, holding the back of his leg. I think it was a swipe, yes it was. Just as he bent his leg, he was brought down by Konrad Lema. He's starting in the right back position. Now Vincent Kompany's got some thinking to do, but his side were 5-2 down before the hour mark. In the first leg, they were out of it in many people's eyes then. Perhaps a little bit more gentle game management from Paris Saint-Germain, and this tie could have been all over, but it's not. And we all know that if Bayern Munich were to score the next goal, then it will be right back on again. And Luis Enrique knows that. He's passed a bottle of, well, it's a green bottle. I assume it's water. It might be fizzy pop for all we know. Safanov in bright yellow in his goal. Slick hair tied back behind his head. He's already had his goalkeeping gloves adjusted. As they scored their goal, he quickly called over the medics and the kit team. He needed his gloves changes. He wasn't happy about something, but he's had it changed now. And here is Safanov with a huge punt downfield into the Munich sky, with the roof brightly lighting up the stadium in its glory and red. It's a lovely stadium, this. We've seen a couple of Champions League finals down the years here, haven't we? Chelsea winning here against Bayern Munich once, remember? Against all odds. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Can't afford to give him time. Lema's got to keep tight to him. All the way back to Luis. And then Vitinha. They're in control. They're in charge, Paris Saint-Germain. It's not to say that it will stay that way. And here goes Elise down the right-hand side. Brings it down, and he's caught there by the defender. And that's going to be a yellow card. Out comes the card from the Portuguese referee. And Mendes is shown yellow, and Elise knock and go, and he caught Nuno Mendes off balance. Nuno Mendes caught him on the ankle. Belatedly he went down, but rightly, correctly, he kept it in. He knocked it. Oh, that's a nasty one for Mendes. That's well worth a yellow. So the first yellow card of the game has gone to the Paris Saint-Germain defender, Nuno Mendes. Harry Kane waits in the box, a congested penalty area. This is third yellow for Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League as the ball is played into the penalty area. It's a climb by Upamecano, and it drops a couple of feet wide of Matvei Sofanov's right-hand post and out for a goal kick without really causing too much danger. So, early doors, it most certainly is. But Paris Saint-Germain have wasted no time in getting their chins up and their noses in front here at the Allianz. I never thought that this was going to be Bayern Munich's night. Well, Paris Saint-Germain have not read that script. So 9 minutes gone. On aggregate, Bayern Munich 4, Paris Saint-Germain 6. But we all know that this isn't done yet. As I say, Bayern Munich get a goal, changes the whole perspective. Taken on the chest by Luis Diaz, who hasn't really got into the game so far over on that left-hand side. Pacho reverses it back to Mendes. He must be careful now. And then carefully back by João Neves. Brilliant player, João Neves. Just 21 years of age, Portuguese international, former Benfica man. 7 goals this season, but I think Paris Saint-Germain are lost when he's not in this starting lineup. I think he's pivotal. Here is Luis Diaz, gets it forward, and it's through to Harry Kane. That was a vital touch by Pacho back to his goalkeeper. Just stuck out a long leg and diverted it back to his goalkeeper. Very, very unlucky. Harry Kane was sniffing. And he was nearly in there. UCL receiving the ball from Luis Diaz and looking menacing and very nearly slotting Harry Kane in for an equaliser. It's Upamecano. And wide to his near side. UCL from Lema, who's got into a central position. It's gone out for a throw-in to Paris Saint-Germain just inside their own half, which will be taken by the one man on a yellow card, Nuno Mendes. Just joining us after just 2.5 minutes, Ousmane Dembele matching onto a pullback by the zippy quick Kvaratskhelia to give Paris Saint-Germain and a 2-goal cushion. But here's Elise, plays it out to Harry Kane inside the penalty area, goes for goal. Good block by Pacho. It's picked up by Kvaratskhelia, and he quickly plays it into the feet of Fabian Ruiz. Back again to Kvaratskhelia, just over the halfway line, being monitored by Konrad Lema, who gets stuck in on the back of him, and that's going to be a free kick. Kvaratskhelia wants more than the free kick. He's not going to get it, referee, with a stern face says free kick Paris Saint-Germain. Just a grab of the shirt there from Lema. He knows he's got to be watertight on the Georgian, who has been in scintillating form. 7-6 in the UEFA Champions League. He once had a trial at Bayern Munich, did Kvaratskhelia. I think they call it the one that got away. Happens to all the big clubs, doesn't it? When something like that happens 5-10 years down the line, they come back to haunt. He never actually played for the club, he just trialled with them. Long ball forward, it's allowed to bounce for Josip Stanisic in the full-back position, the Croatian international, former Bayer Leverkusen man, back to Manuel Neuer, who takes a touch and then lifts it up to the halfway line. It's flicked on by Michael Elise, who goes for the return from Harry Kane, and Elise can have a run here at Mendes, and Mendes is treading on thin ice on that yellow card already. Here's Elise, still going. Elise gets to the byline, tries to pull it back. That's good defending, and a goal kick is given. It hit Luis Diaz last, and it's going to be a goal kick to the annoyance of Bayern Munich. A goal kick, and as it's played in by Elise, he pulls it back. It hits Mendes, then it hits Elise. Oh, he hit Elise, didn't hit Diaz at all. It hit Elise, and he got the last touch for a goal kick. A little unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Paris Saint-Germain leading here by 1-0 to 0, 6-4 on aggregate. Good spell this from Bayern Munich. Musiala turning, twisting, beating Ruiz, and then playing it out wide to Elise. Elise down the right-hand side can tease his way up towards the edge of the box. Moved on by Kimmich and Jonathan Tah. This is Stanisic. Needs some support here. Luis Diaz drops deep to give him some. He's going to have to go backwards. Luis Diaz to the halfway line. And across to Tah. Now it's with Lema, the right back. Elise against Mendes. Some mouth-watering duels out there, Mendes and Elise certainly won, and it's one that perhaps because of that yellow card to Mendes that is being won by the attacker as the ball is whipped in by Kimmich, but there's no one there. It's come out on the left-hand side. It's been picked up by Diaz, and Diaz darts into the box. Still Luis Diaz gets to the byline, pulls it back. Oh, it's a great piece of defending to deny what was otherwise a tap-in for Elise. It's not been cleared yet. It's Kimmich again. It's not Kimmich, it's Lema. Lema back to Upamecano. Now it's Kimmich, and he stumbled under the challenge of Doué, and suddenly Kvaratskhelia away, and this is just starting to heat up now. Kvaratskhelia forward towards the edge of the box. If they get the next goal here, Paris Saint-Germain, they're in complete control. And it's Kvaratskhelia. He's still going. And eventually he's blocked off in the nick of time by Tar for a corner. And that was exhilarating stuff, where it was so close to an equaliser at one end, and Kvaratskhelia nearly forged a chance of his own at the other as he whipped past Upamecano with ease. And it hits Tar and goes behind with the shots. Chance at both ends. Big chances as well. And it was at the other end that Bayern come so close. It's a great block to deny Michael Elise. I think it was Pacho. I think it was deflected and it came to Vitinha. I've just seen the replay. Vitinha's got the ball on the edge of his 6-yard box and he's twisted past a Bayern Munich player to keep possession rather than just hack it clear. And that's where he releases the ball down the left-hand side, and they cause so much damage there. Such composure from Vitinha in the middle of that midfield. Just seeing another replay on the monitor here. He just rolls away from Musiala with the outside of his right foot. He just makes himself half a yard before Kimmich can ground him down. He just looks up, plays it out, and that's where Paris Saint-Germain spring the counter on Bayern Munich. Injury to Musiala, who has momentarily gone off, so it is a corner to Paris Saint-Germain, which Ousmane Dembele, it looks as if he's going to come across and take. Goal scorer, the only goal so far. His 20th goal in all competitions this season. Corner taken, Dembele into the box, cleared away by Harry Kane. Bayern Munich have got the ball up towards the halfway line. It's going to be a free kick to the home side. Paris Saint-Germain, 16.5 minutes gone, leading here by a goal to nil. Just need to try and settle down and not allow Paris Saint-Germain those type of chances on the counter-attack. Kvaratskhelia is so quick and so dangerous. He's going to be one of the best players in the world at the moment for me, Kvaratskhelia. He's been brilliant since his arrival just over a year ago from Napoli. Top player. Here's Harry Kane. Can't quite link up with Pavlovic. Doué, closed down by Lema. Big question is, whose throw is it? The answer is Paris Saint-Germain. So throw into Paris, deep inside their own half. It's going to be taken by Mendes. Too many opportunities ahead of him. He's not going to be too distracted by that. It's taken by Doué. He was caught on the ankle by Pavlovic. No foul given. Referee keen to let this one go, and that's what we want really, as Dembele very nearly wins the ball back off of a dallying Pavlovic. Fine young talent is Pavlovic, just 21 years of age, the academy graduate, who celebrated his 21st birthday just 3 days ago. Ball is out of play. It's going to be a Paris Saint-Germain throw-in. Came off of Elise last, who shakes his head, the former Crystal Palace man. French international Michael Elise, he'll be at the World Cup, and one of the players to watch, I've no doubt. Countdown is on for those World Cup finals, and you could well imagine that there's a vast array of players out on the pitch tonight that will be gracing that competition. I think it's a fair bet to say there will be a World Cup winner somewhere amongst the players on show tonight. So free kick taken by Kimmich, launched long, headed away by Pacho, stepped away from Harry Kane. Ruiz touched too many, is being closed down by Lema. A little shove in the back from Lema. Should have been a free kick, but it's a throw-in instead to Paris Saint-Germain. They'll take their time here. Paris just trying to take the sting out of everything. At that stage where the next goal is going to count for everything. Nearly 20 minutes gone, nearly 18 minutes without a goal this time, which is very unusual. There's Musiala, he's losing it to Neves and then Vitinha, but he put his foot on the ball and lost it to Harry Kane. Harry Kane now inside to Kimmich. That's a solid challenge from Pacho, and away it comes with Dembele to Kvaratskhelia, and he sends it wide, and off goes Doué. Doué will cut inside, still Doué weaving, slaloming his way through. It's all red shirts, and that's got to be a free kick, surely. No, the referee's played an advantage. It looked like a foul on Doué, but here's Kvaratskhelia. He's going to hit one, and it took the sting out of it, the deflection off of Kimmich, and it drifted into the arms of a grateful Neuer, but they were looking ominous there, Paris Saint-Germain on the counter-attack. Here come Bayern Munich. Harry Kane deflected wide by Vitinha. This is Diaz twisting and turning, gets it out wide to Pavlovic, who lifts it into the box deep to Elise. Good header away from Mendes. Back to Elise again, no. Drifted in by Kimmich. Great header from Pacho. So still here, 1-0, still 6-4. There's Diaz. His goal's massive. Still Diaz gets to the byline. He's twisted inside and out, and he shoots, and it's only just wide. Well, he certainly got the better of Warren Zaire-Emery there, twisting in and out and in and out. And Zaire-Emery didn't know whether he was heading northeast, south or west, and he fell over in the end, and that allowed Diaz to come inside on his right and fired it across the bows of that goal and just wide. And if you're just joining us, a goal after just 2.5 minutes from Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner, has Paris Saint-Germain leading on the night by 1-0 to 0, 6-4 on aggregate. When he takes goal kicks and free kicks, the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Matvei Safonov, it seems to me that everything he's hitting, he's aiming for touch. It's like he's kicking it out. He's just done that exactly, kicked it out. That's a deliberate ploy. It was just his kicking's been pretty poor tonight. Here's Harry Kane, drifts into the channel, but he's just drifted into an offside position. Looks up at the assistant referee and grimaces. Harry Kane's record this season has been nothing short of absolutely fabulous. 54 goals. 17 in the Champions League, 33 in the Bundesliga, 4 in the DFB Pokal in Germany, the German Cup. Kvaratskhelia wins a throw midway inside the Bayern Munich half. Kvaratskhelia making the goal for Ousmane Dembele very early on. It was a sucker punch for Bayern Munich. It's a game of intrigue. Doubt we're going to get the 9 goals that we got last week, but we're certainly going to get a fabulous game, aren't we? Doué to Kvaratskhelia. Inside from Vitinha. This is João Neves weaving his way past Harry Kane up to the halfway line. Plays it sideways to Dembele, who helps it on its way to Zaire-Emery. Back again to Dembele. And then Emery once more. Zaire-Emery. Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. 23.5 minutes gone. Dembele to Pacho, and now it's with Ruiz. And off goes Mendes, but he was fouled there. Upamecano, who bends it backwards to his central defensive partner. Forward by Kimmich. This is UCL. One back by Vitinha, gets it wide to Kvaratskhelia. Hearts in mouths every time that man gets the ball. So a throw it to Paris Saint-Germain, and they're just keeping the ball at the moment. Played just coming up to 25.5 minutes. Bayern Munich trailing by a goal to nil. And here is Mendes. Needed to be careful as he was clattered into by Upamecano, and the referee plays on, and it's a ball that's been sliced out to the far side, and Warren Zaire-Emery is not going to catch that. Nobody's going to catch that, and it's wiped out. Upamecano's wiped out Nuno Mendes, who was the only player on the yellow card. It was pretty brutal, the challenge from Upamecano. I think the cause of the problem actually was Nuno Mendes having to pull out slightly because he's on a yellow card, so he couldn't give his full vision to that challenge. And he just dropped out at the last minute, and as he did, he slowed down, and it took the body weight out of him, and he was sent spiralling into the air by a pretty solid challenge from Upamecano. But the all-important factor is he got the ball. And into the air it went. So, Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Exactly 26.5 minutes gone. Bayern Munich trying to clear their lines, but again it's Pacho there. I said in the commentary earlier, Pacho had a nightmare at the weekend against Lorient, but he's been solid and exceptional so far. Here's Harry Kane and gets it out wide, and they need to get this man on the ball. Elise into the penalty area, taking on Mendes, going for the curler. It's just inches over the bar. Closest that Bayern Munich have come, and that was within a whisker of being one apiece. And Vincent Kompany knows it. That's what he's so good at, Michael Elise. Curled it over the goalkeeper, landed on the roof of the net. That's how close it was. So, just over the crossbar. 27.5 minutes gone. Paris Saint-Germain leading 6-4 on aggregate. So free kick for Kimmich. Into the feet of Musiala. Got it stuck underneath his feet somewhat. Here's Kimmich again, driving it wide to the fullback Stanisic. He has to go all the way back. Tarn cleared away by Lima. Elise to Lima again. Lima, the Austrian international. Up in the air goes Vitinha. Not Vitinha, sorry. The captain, Marquinhos, and there's a foul there by Mendes, and every time now Mendes steps out the line, everyone's going to be surrounding the referee like this, and Mendes has got to be very, very careful. He's surrounded here, the referee, and the fourth official is being hounded by the coaching staff, including Vincent Kompany. They want a yellow card for that, which would take Paris Saint-Germain down to 10 men. And he's gone in there, and he's stuck out a leg, and it's hit him on the arm. And there's no question that it hits him on the arm. Is it worthy of a yellow card? I don't know. It's nothing deliberate. normal circumstances, that wouldn't be a yellow. Vincent Kompany is jumping up and down. He'd be furious if he had a player sent off for a second yellow card for that, where a ball from point-blank range has hit you on the armpit and you get sent off for that. That's not worthy of a yellow. Bayern Munich have got to concentrate on letting their football doing the talking, not hoping for game-changing handballs like that wouldn't have been appealed had he not already been on a yellow card. Well, they have a left back on the bench in Lucas Hernandez. He would come straight back on and obviously have to sacrifice one of the wingers, probably Doué. If they were down to 10. It's wide by Stanisic, and then Diaz cutting inside. Still Diaz, he's going to try and slot it forward to Pavlovic. Pavlovic going out wide. He's fell over again as Warren Zaire-Emery. Second time he's fallen over in that penalty area. Ball is whipped in, and well, Safonov with an unconventional scoop away when looked like he was going to catch it. But there's a big appeal for a penalty here, and they're starting to get into the face of the referee here, Bayern Munich, looking for a decision to go their way. Paris Saint-Germain are treading on thin ice here. Will VAR have a look? I'm not quite sure what the big thing is here. Oh, it's hit the arm of... Well, that could be a penalty, you know. It's cleared by Vitinha, and he smashed it straight at João Neves. Hits him on the arm. And there's a big appeal from Bayern Munich for a penalty. He's got to be looked at by VAR. I think this will be a penalty, you know. And Kimmich is leading the protest. Harry Kane in there protesting as well. The referee is walking away, shaking his head. Are VAR going to intervene? For me, I think that's a penalty. He's blasted it straight at Neves. It's not point blank. Well, Vincent Kompany is absolutely furious. Luis Enrique stands there with his arms folded, and the penalty decision from VAR has not been put forward. Bayern Munich are incandescent, and perhaps with every justification. A couple of handball shouts there. One could have been a red card, one could have been a penalty. Either way, they would have been game changers, and neither decision has gone the way of Bayern Munich. So still 1-0. Was a big hit, really, wasn't it? Doué is brought down by Tarn, and a free kick is given. That probably just rubs a little bit of salt into the wound for Stanisic, who gets a yellow card as well. So a first yellow card, and both yellow cards tonight have gone to the left backs. So still 0-0. Ball into the penalty area. It's an interesting one. It's headed down towards goal, and that was so close. And I think Neuer might have just got a touch to the header from Neves, João Neves. What a big moment in the game. So close. That was a real opportunity, and they had men coming in as well. So close. Well, 33.5 minutes gone. And Neuer was incredibly lucky, really, there. He's gone over to the corner, where the corner is being taken, Neuer, and he's trying to... He's come over. What's he doing now? Speaking to the fourth official, nothing's come of it. It is going to be a corner to Paris Saint-Germain. It's just starting to get a little bit tasty. It's all about keeping your cool. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain. And it was a header from Neves. It was a brilliant save from Neuer to tip it round the post. Everything right about the downward header from Neves. It's a super save. Well, he might be 40 years of age. He's still a good shot stopper. Another corner, lifted in and caught by Neuer. Neuer can distribute downfield long into the opposition half. Just looking at that interception by Zaire Emery, which has gone out for a throw-in. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Have half an hour of this tie without a goal. Would you believe it? So picked up in the midfield by Pavlovic. He'll reverse it back to Lema. And releasing it down the line for Stanisic. Stanisic whips one in towards Harry Kane, trying to take it on his chest. That kind of took it away from goal when he wanted to try and keep it in the box. It's Tan towards the edge of the penalty area. 6% possession from Bayern Munich, but they trail here by a goal to nil. Out wide it goes to Elise, who came close to an equalising goal. It's on the edge of the box. It's Luis Diaz holding it up. He's got three black-shirted Paris Saint-Germain players near him. He loses control of it for a moment, but Tan and Doué. And then Zaire Emery back to Makinos, who just chips it up to the halfway line. One well by Upamecano, but it went straight to Neves, and he feeds it quickly wide to Doué. And this is where Paris Saint-Germain are brutal. It's Doué, it's Kvaratskhelia. It's blocked behind. Is it for a corner? No, Kvaratskhelia's kept it in. He can't. It's a corner, though. It's been blocked by Tan. Corner kick to Paris Saint-Germain, and that's where they are so dangerous. The yellow card of Stanisic has actually gone to Jonathan Tan, we're just being told, and not to Stanisic, so it's Tan that's on a yellow. And it's gone. It's a short corner as well. It's Dembele. And Zaire Emery lifts it into the box. It was a good ball in and headed away by Upamecano, only as far as Mendes. He'll play it inside to Joao Neves, who came close to the second Paris Saint-Germain goal. Tightrope at the moment, really, at Bayern Munich. Trailed in the first leg by a goal, and they're trailing in the second leg by a goal. They need something back. 2 goals. We'll take it to extra time. 3 would win it. Lema. Cleared away by Neuer just before Doué could get to him. Flicked on by Vitinha, only as far as Upamecano though, and he switches it to the far side, and Stanisic can drop a long ball into the Paris Saint-Germain half. Again, it's Pacho winning the header. That's a foul, that's a free kick. Challenge by Pavlovic has left Joao Neves on the floor. For one for Joao Neves, but he's okay. Droplets of rain in the air in Munich. It's a fairly miserable day today. As Pacho just about squeezes that wide to Kvaratskhelia. The attempted backheel was blocked by Lema, and here goes Elise up towards the edge of the box. Good block by Kvaratskhelia, doing his defensive duties, as is Vitinha, but Vitinha can't get to the ball. This is Kimmich. Upamecano squeezing it through to Pavlovic, who swivels and gets it wide to Luis Diaz on the corner edge of the penalty area, taking on Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery standing up this time, and for the second time, it's a case of Bayern Munich getting to the byline, the cross coming in, hitting the defender, then hitting the attacker and going behind for a goal kick. Frustration for Bayern Munich. 6 minutes to go to half-time. Well, 5.5 minutes to go to half-time, in fact. Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Luis Enrique standing with his hands in his pockets, looks rather relaxed. His side have a 2-goal cushion, but then they had a 3-goal cushion in the first leg and blew that down to 1. Doué, somehow he's kept that in against Upamecano, who recovers really well. Upamecano got back with his long strides and got there ahead of Doué, who somehow kept it in play and knocked it past him. It was great play by Doué, but equally brilliant defending by Upamecano. Throw by Konrad Lehmann. They rested just about everyone at the weekend, these two sides, and they both dropped points at home with draws against much lesser opposition. Mid-table Lorient drawing 2-2 at the Parc des Princes. Bottom side Heidenheim coming here for a 3-3. Managed to salvage it towards the end after being well behind in the game. Bayern Munich. Paris Saint-Germain were given a reprieve from league action for the previous two rounds, but haven't in this semi-final, purely because there's just no time to fit in a rearranged fixture for them. They're already playing at home to Brest, away to Lens, and then away to Paris in their final three games across the next 11 days. It's Wolfsburg away for Bayern at the weekend before Köln come here on the final day of the season. They've only got 2 games to go. They've already won the Bundesliga. They're in the DFB Pokal final against Stuttgart as well a week later. Could be on for the double. Maybe even a treble. But here's Musiala. Gets to the byline. Musiala pulls it back. Strong hand from the goalkeeper. Cleared away by Ruiz, and then cleared away by Marquinhos, the Brazilian. He's going to have to go all the way back from Stanisic to Neuer. Back out to Pavlovic. This is Tan. And wide by Kimmich. Kimmich can play right back, he can play central midfield. He seems to be more regularly a central midfielder nowadays. Long ball forward by Neuer, up towards Harry Kane, who wins the header well. That's good play from Harry Kane, finding Elise. Elise makes the run, it's Lehmann. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's slightly on the heavy side, it's too high for Luis Diaz, and it's cleared away off of Pavlovic by Zaire Emery and out for a throw into PSG, and that will release a little bit of tension for a few moments at least. We've got just over 2.5 minutes of the first half remaining. Paris Saint-Germain still ahead from that goal after just 2.5 minutes from Ousmane Dembele after great work down the left-hand side by Kavica Kvaratskhelia. Bayern need to score the next goal, really. But if it was to be PSG and it went to 7-4, remember it was 5-2 at one stage and they got it back to 5-4 in that second leg. You can't help but feel their moment in this game is still to come. Bayern. Here's Elise trying to skip past Vitinha, succeeds in giving it to Pavlovic. Now Harry Kane holds it up. Back to Kimmich. Out wide to Lehmann. Now Elise against Ruiz. Knock and go, but Ruiz is equal to it. That's good defending from Fabian Ruiz, who's a very good 30-year-old experienced midfielder, Spanish international. Upamecano for Bayern Munich to Elise, who's gone central for now. It's Musiala who can drive towards the edge of the penalty area. Musiala, great save by Safonov and popped away for a throw-in by Warren Zaire-Emery. Another big chance that for Musiala and for Munich. Good save from Safonov, got a strong right hand on it. Still not being cleared. This is Diaz, goes for goal, and it's just wide. Well, they're creating chances suddenly. Bayern Munich, a little warning sign to, well, that was nearly into the top corner, wasn't it? Flashed it across the face of goal, and it was inches away. Maybe a little bit more than inches, maybe a few feet, but great save by Safonov to deny Musiala. Well, it's a terrific atmosphere inside the Allianz. It always is. And this is a terrific game, a terrific stage. Two of the best teams in the world. A lot of people have said this would be the ideal final. Well, the draw didn't serve it up that way, unfortunately. But Arsenal will be looking forward to playing the winners of this tie. Whoever it will be, I think it's fair to say that Arsenal might just be the underdogs, but it's not to say that they don't stand a very good chance, because they are a more than capable side. Here's Elise. That's a great challenge by Kvaratskhelia to get the ball, but he only succeeds in hooking it straight back to a Bayern Munich player. And now it's Musiala. He's starting to get on the ball and cause problems. It's Musiala. Everything about that dribble was fine, apart from the shot, which rises high over the crossbar. It gets the applause of Vincent Kompany, but it looks now as if his side are going to go in at half-time a goal behind. It's 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. We've reached the 45-minute mark. Paris Saint-Germain continue to lead through Ousmane Dembele's 20th goal in all competitions this season. Another clearance by Safanov, and he's just lifted it straight out to the technical area on this near side and without a bounce, out for a throw. He's got to be doing that deliberately. It's got to be a ploy from the goalkeeper. Every goal kick, just kick it to touch. He's done it 3 times tonight. If he's not supposed to be doing that, and his kicking is exceedingly erratic. It's been rolled out of play by Stanisic on the far side. Paris Saint-Germain have a throw. They're not in any particular hurry to take it. Their experienced captain, the legend at the Parc des Princes, Marquinhos, takes his time and gives it to Warren Zaire-Emery. Over 120 Champions League appearances for Marquinhos, 400 plus appearances for the club. Been there, seen it, done it. There's Elise. I don't know if he's got the t-shirt, I think he's got the waistcoat. Kimmich to Lema, quickly out wide to Elise, but he's got company in the shape of Ruiz, who pounces in and puts it out for a throw-in. Determined to see this one over the line, Paris Saint-Germain, and they've got 30 seconds of stoppage time to get this one to half-time. They are in the box seat in this semi-final. Paris Saint-Germain Arsenal is the final in Budapest as things stand. That could change, we know that. Cleared away by Stanisic, but he's given it away. Then he's won it again, Stanisic. Then he cuts inside, rides a challenge from Doué, and then Kimmich falls over the ball, wins a free kick. I don't think he's going to have time to take that free kick, because the half-time whistle is surely imminent. And then a second yellow card for Paris Saint-Germain this evening has been shown to Kvaratskhelia. But there were 2 balls on the pitch, and I'm not quite sure why. Second half of the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. Arsenal are waiting the winners. At the moment, it's Paris Saint-Germain that will be joining them at the Puskás Stadium on Saturday, the 30th of May. Just 24 days and counting for that final. But Bayern Munich might still have a say as to who's in that final. They need to score the next 2 goals, really. They need to win the second half by 2 clear goals just to take this one to extra time. And when you put it into context like that, you do see that Paris Saint-Germain are clearly the favourites, but they let a 3-goal cushion slip down to 1 in the first leg. As Vincent Kompany makes his way out onto the side of the pitch from the tunnel area. The 2 teams are out. Can't see any changes at half-time, as you were. Story of the first half, an early second, or 2.5 minutes gone. Kvaratskhelia racing clear down the left, crossing, and Ousmane Dembele rifling into the top corner. There was a big penalty shout in the first half, Bayern Munich, for handball by João Neves, for handball by Vitinha. I've had that cleared up, actually, and there is a law where a handball, if hit on the hand or arm by a player after being struck by his teammate, it isn't deemed as a handball unless a deliberate handball. So that's why VAR put that one to one side very quickly, and we were all wondering why. Very complex, isn't it? So red shirts, red shorts, white socks for Bayern Munich tonight, and they are attacking the goal away to our left, and they're on the attack here nice and early, but Marquinhos just lifts that one casually up to the halfway line. It's controlled by Upamecano. I'll run through the 2 lineups for you in just a moment. Let's see where this attack goes for Bayern Munich. It's backwards at the moment from Kimmich to Upamecano, and then played forward by Pavlovic, out towards the left-hand side, and Diaz against Marquinhos. Paris Saint-Germain in all black tonight. They change colours as opposed to dark blue. Can't say there's a lot of difference, to be honest. And it's gone out for a throw rather disappointingly. So let's run through this Bayern Munich side. As you were at the start, Neuer in goal, Lema, Upamecano, Tar on a yellow card, and Stanisic the back line, Kimmich and Pavlovic in midfield, and Musiala, Diaz, Elise, and then Kane. As Harry Kane lifts the ball over the top, that should be Pacho, who turns it away nervously, and then Ruiz plays it wide. Got a man down. It was actually Mendes that played it away, because Pacho's down on the floor. Whilst he's down on the floor, let's quickly give you the Paris Saint-Germain lineup, which is as you were at the beginning. Safanov in goal. Zaire Emery, Marquinhos, Pacho, and Mendes, who's on a yellow. Neves, Vitinha, and Ruiz in midfield. Doué, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia, who's also in a yellow, for kicking the ball away just before half-time. It's a painful one, that, for Pacho. Got one in the face from Harry Kane. Studs out high. And the big defender is down, nursing a bit of a sore. Of course, England and Ecuador will meet in the World Cup, so they'll be reacquainted in a few weeks' time, those 2. Well, the Bayern fans are bouncing up and down and trying to create an atmosphere here. They've been brilliant all night. So far, Bayern, after 48 minutes, have failed to get themselves a goal. There was a cut to the top of his head. Looks like talcum powder has been poured onto his scalp to try and prevent it from bleeding further. The Bayern owners are here tonight, hoping that they can get through to the final in Budapest to play Arsenal. Whatever the final is, it's going to be a wonderful occasion, isn't it, when it be Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich against Arsenal. Pacho, he was patched up. His left wrist is heavily bandaged, always is. He's got a problem with that wrist that does need surgery at the end of the season. But the trouble is, the World Cup comes along, and then eventually it will get done. Schweinsteiger's in the crowd, Iron Robin's in the crowd. I could do with an Iron Robin at the moment, mind you. They've got some gloriously good players in red tonight. Paris Saint-Germain will have to try and keep them at bay. Stanisic turns it back to his goalkeeper, watched carefully by Vitinha. It's cleared long, came off of Makinos. Zaire Emery can't get it clear, but he manages to wheel into position and win the second ball. Back to Makinos, who hasn't put a foot wrong so far. Very experienced defender, up towards the halfway line. Defences were not on top in the first leg. A little bit more settled in this second leg. Zaire Emery. He's been stopped in his tracks though by Luis Diaz. There's a few real good battles going on out there. This is Joao Neves. Zaire Emery trying to get to it, but he's only gone as far as Kimmich. And Pavlovic will go all the way back to Jonathan Tah, former Leverkusen player, a German international. Neuer, right-footed clearance straight down the middle. Great header by Pacho, just testing out his head after someone poured a tub of talc on his head to stop that cut. As he headed the ball, there was a puff of smoke from his head where the talc had come flying into the air. It's quite amusing, but under the watchful eye of Konrad Lehmer. Pacho clears, and then Pacho goes down. Now he's holding his eye. He's really in the wars, isn't he, Pacho? Wrist injury, head injury, now an eye injury. And the physio has literally just gone off the pitch from treating him for the previous injury. I tell you what, though, he's been brilliant today, William Pacho. Don't, whatever you do, look back on the highlights of their game at the weekend against Lorient, because he had a couple of howlers in that game. He had a really poor game. He was one of the players that got to play at the weekend. He's just been absolutely smashed in the face by the forearm of Lehmer. He is in the wars, but he's back again. Here he is now. Bayern 60% possession. Their pass accuracy is 83% to Paris Saint-Germain's 75%. But they are trailing by a goal to nil, and they are trailing by 2 clear goals on aggregate. Ball out wide to Stanisic, into Harry Kane, but he's outnumbered 2-1. Pacho being one of the players, Doué being the other. Doué's kicked the ball away, but a free kick has been given. Musiala's gone to ground just ahead of the halfway line. A foul by Vitinha, in fact, as the ball is lifted out to the right-hand side. It's won well by Mendes, who's on that yellow card, and then he handled the ball, and there was a big appeal that should have been a second yellow. It was a bit on the harsh side, but here's Elise into the penalty area. He's cut inside, he's beaten 2. He's managed to find Diaz, who's twisting and turning. Wasn't quite sharp enough then. Stanisic finding Kane. Kane on the left-hand side, trying to cut inside, trying to curl it. Vitinha blocked it with his shins, and it comes out to Tah, and Bayern Munich can start again. Well, I've had the chances in this game of Bayern Munich, but then too of Paris Saint-Germain. Could have been 2-0 up when that Joao Neves header was brilliantly tipped around the post by Manuel Neuer. Kimmich was giving it away. Pacho winning it again. It was a loose touch by Pacho, but he's managed to keep hold of it. Doué plays the ball through. Kvaratskhelia didn't read that too well and relented from making the run to put pressure on Upamecano. And now the through ball out towards the right-hand side, trying to release Luis Diaz, who'd made the run to the right-hand side, but his is a foul. It's going to be a free kick as Makinos goes down. Makinos came across, shoved him in the side and got him out of the way, and it was good play by the experienced Makinos from the Corinthians player. Came to Europe to play for Roma before moving on to PSG, and he's been with PSG for ever and a day. There's 2 goals this season. Makinos, the captain, have come in the Champions League. Doesn't always play in the league matches. Tend to give Sabanier the rights in most league matches, alternating it. So still the scoreline of Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Well, it was never going to be the goal fest at the first leg, but it was always going to be intrigue, and then there's still drama to be had here. Harry Kane got one in the head there from Makinos, and the free kick has been given. Harry Kane goes down holding his head. He's quickly up again. no lasting damage. The Brazilian is penalised. This is a free kick from just slightly left of the, well, it's a join of the D on the left-hand side of the, as you attack the penalty area, so Bayern Munich's left. It's going to be lifted in by Kimmich. It's not going to be a shot. There's going to be one in the wall just to put pressure on. It's played out wide to Diaz. Diaz in a one-on-one situation, pulls it back, and it's a curling effort. Well, it was Pavlovic, and Pavlovic, good player though he is, the 21-year-old, isn't blessed with a great goal-scoring ratio. He has got his career best 4 goals this season. Turned 21 a couple of days ago, and that one was well wide. It was pulling it well wide. It was the one person that, I think once it left the feet of Luis Diaz, I think he suddenly realised, oh no, I've given it to the wrong person. I was hoping there would be a Harry Kane there, but it wasn't. It was Pavlovic, and it wasn't a great strike. It's gone out of play for a throw into Bayern Munich, taken quickly by Konrad Lehmer. Plenty of endeavour at the moment from Bayern Munich, but they just need that bit of quality. There's no doubt they've got the quality out there. But they still trail to that 3rd-minute goal from Ousmane Dembele. Paris Saint-Germain winning the ball back, but that is a foul by Zaire Emery. Musiala brought down, free kick just inside their own half to Bayern Munich. In terms of attacking options on the bench, and there are quite a few for Bayern. You might see Nicholas Jackson maybe. Leonard Carl is good for a goal. Very talented young player. Goretzka as well. Bischoff on the bench should they need him. Paris Saint-Germain, I don't think they need the attacking options at the moment. Bradley Barcola is there. Gonzalo Ramos is always good for a goal, but here they come with Desiree Doué on the right-hand side. Doué with a step over. Can he get the shot away? He can. It's pushed away by Nora. It was pretty much straight at him, but save still had to be done. And now it's Musiala. Musiala winning it back, and Lennart gets it wide again. Lehmer rather. And here's Lehmer once more. Solid challenge coming in from Pacho. He's had a fantastic game at the back for Paris Saint-Germain. And headed forward by Nuno Mendes. This is Neves. Wide to Kvaratskhelia, trying to tease his way past Upamecano. This is where he comes inside. Now he goes on the outside. A flash of speed, saved by the feet of Neuer as he went for goal. Kvaratskhelia. I don't think anyone quite does it like him. He is something extraordinary when he gets at you. And in the blink of an eye, he goes on the inside. You think, oh no, he's going to curl it. And you put your focus on stopping him from curling it, and suddenly he's gone on the outside. It's like a whip it. Here's Elise. He's not a bad wide player either. Up towards the edge of the penalty area and towards Harry Kane. Harry Kane trying to get there before Safanov. That is very good goalkeeping by the Russian goalkeeper who got down and made the save. Well, he's not always conventional when it comes to catching the ball, Safanov, but he's gone out there and he's spread his body really well to get there ahead of Harry Kane. And the kick downfield has gone straight from one goalkeeper to the other, and Manuel Neuer has just headed it first time straight out to Jonathan Tah. 57 minutes gone. Bayern Munich nil, Paris Saint-Germain 1. As every minute goes by, so Paris Saint-Germain edge closer to booking a hotel in Budapest. I've still got something to say about this though of Bayern, and here's Diaz going for the return from Musiala. It's watched carefully between Makinos and Zaire Emery behind for a goal kick. Young Zaire Emery, what a player he is. He'll be in the French squad. He'll probably be in the starting 11. Makinos comes across and says, well done, mate, well done, good challenge. And it was great defending. He's a midfielder, but he can cause so many problems going forward as well. And he scores goals, Warren Zaire Emery. Tonight, it's all about keeping them out, though. He's playing at fullback, the 20-year-old. What a gem he's been coming through the academy at Paris Saint-Germain. It's back with Neuer, who's being closed down by Doué. Neuer was already playing regular football when Doué was born. Doué, another really bright young talent, but here is Elise. Speeding forward down the centre, still Elise, goes inside, Makinos gets some sort of touch to it, and so too does Nuno Mendes, and Mendes gets it away to the halfway line, slots it up towards Dembele, who's been very quiet tonight, Dembele, but his goal could well be seeing Paris Saint-Germain through to the final. Diaz on the left-hand side, taking on Zaire Emery, pulls it back, good defending by Makinos, and then cleared away by Neves. It's one in the air by Alexandra Pavlovic. Zaire Emery, left-footed clearance up to the halfway line. It bounces once and then taken down by Upamecano, sends it forward. It's Pavlovic again, Harry Kane, now Musiala. Needs a flash of brilliance. Can Elise produce it? Michael Elise cuts inside. And then it's Musiala. Makes room for the shot. Doesn't get the shot in, but he does get it back again from Pavlovic. And the referee blows his whistle. What's he given? I think he's going to have to give a drop ball, which is frustrating for Vincent Kompany. Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. 6-4 on aggregate. But here is Musiala, gets to the byline. Neves manages to pinch it off of him. He put everything into stopping that going out for a goal kick, and in fact, a goal kick has been given. Well, they had chances in the first half. Elise inches over, Tarn inches wide. Musiala forcing the save from Safanov. Neuer made a good save in the first half to keep out the header from Neves, which would have made it 2-0 and put Paris Saint-Germain in complete control of this tie. Another goal kick from Safanov, and hey-ho, guess where it's gone? Straight out for a goal kick. Well, if that's not a deliberate ploy, then he needs to be working on his goal kicks in training tomorrow. Here's Harry Kane. Holds it up. He's got Neves breathing down his neck. He has to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Neuer. Well, defensively, both teams have defended a lot better than they did in the first half, but it doesn't make it any easier for us guys, does it? Ball possession, 62% Bayern. They've had 4 corners in this game, Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern Munich haven't yet had a corner for all that possession. Upamecano, pieced at the back, and he slots it through into the penalty area. It's held up well by Pavlovic, and then the cross by Kimmich is blasted down. Kimmich gets it wide again to Lema. It's teed up, and it's a shot, side-footed from the edge of the penalty area. It's a fullback in Josip Stanisic. Well, 3 goals this season is better than nothing for a fullback, but that was always very tame. In step from outside the box, straight at the goalkeeper. There was only ever one outcome. Comfortable save. Zaire Emery joining in with the midfield now. Doué. It's what they can do. And Paris Saint-Germain about to make a change, and it looks like they're going to bring on Bradley Barcola. Might be Doué that comes off. Can't see they're going to relinquish Kvaratskhelia just yet, in case they need his threat. Down to the ground goes Doué. He's kind of playing as a fullback at the moment. Here's Zaire Emery. He's got away from his man, Zaire Emery. Up against Stanisic. Checks back. Holds it up. Doué. All the way back to the halfway line. There's going to be a change from both sides. Alphonso Davies is coming on for Bayern. Could be in the left-back position for Stanisic to try and get some more bodies forward. Long ball from Upamecano, straight onto the head of Makinos, who just cushions it back to his goalkeeper, who shuffles back to his 6-yard line and can wait before Harry Kane puts him under pressure, and then he can pick it up and he throws it out overarm to the halfway line. João Neves turns to the right-hand side. Zaire Emery back to Neves again. Stumbles slightly, but still finds Vitinha in a central position, just inside his own half. Has a look up, bides his time, gets it wide to Zaire Emery. Fantastic piece of play from Paris Saint-Germain. A drive-in run from Doué. Doué out to into the penalty area. Doué just stopped in the nick of time by a good foot in. It's a good challenge that by Upamecano. Now Kimmich. Harry Kane has to come deep to help knit things together for Bayern Munich. Every time they have a big chance, you feel there's a chance that's been had by Paris Saint-Germain too in this game, and they've taken one early on. And the one man you don't want a chance falling to is Ousmane Dembele, because he usually takes them. 20 goals now this season, 10 in the French Ligue 1, 10 in the Cups. Lema went all the way forward with the ball and then rolled it straight back to the other right back in the equation tonight. Paris Saint-Germain, Zaire-Emery, and they can break away here with Doué. Doué in a one-on-one against the defender. Doué with a shot, great save by Neuer. Well, that was heading into the corner from Désiré Doué, who is a fine young talent, the French international, and that could have put Paris Saint-Germain effectively into the final. It bounced awkwardly in front of Neuer, who puts a strong right hand behind it and pushes it behind for a corner. Well, that might be his last action there, Désiré Doué, because Bradley Barcola is still waiting to come on. It looks like it's going to be Dembele to come off as opposed to Doué. Probably means Doué will go down the middle. Dembele's been very quiet tonight, but as I keep saying to you, he scored the goal. He took his chance. Could well have fired Paris Saint-Germain into the final. Just wait to see who Alphonso Davies comes on for. High five from Luis Enrique for his main man. One attempt on goal, one on target, one goal. That's what your number 9's for. Well, he's not your number 9, is he? He's your number 10, and he doesn't play as a number 9. In comes the corner for Paris Saint-Germain. They're 5th of the game, 5-0 up in corners. That's not what wins your games, but they are winning this one. 6-4 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Long ball forward, Diaz is putting himself about, but Paris Saint-Germain equal to it. Here's Bradley Barcola, first chance for him to get into the action. And he's going to tease his way forward against Stanisic, holding it up. Good, patient play. It's going to be a second change now for Bayern Munich. Min Kim is going to come on. Defender. Get the feeling that's going to release people going forward, but here's Mendes into the penalty area. Could be a chance here for Paris Saint-Germain, but he stumbled slightly as he ran into Upamecano. And that was enough to put him off, and now Kimmich can bring the ball away for Bayern Munich. Out wide to the right-hand side, Konrad Lema. They're huffing and puffing here at Bayern, but they're not breaking down Paris Saint-Germain, not at the moment. The holders could be going through to the final, but here's Luis Diaz cutting inside, still Diaz. Can't find room for the shot. Could send it wide to Musiala. We could go alone, or we could find Lema. Here he is, Lema to Kimmich. Kimmich back to Lema again. The black shirts are back in their numbers, and they've defended really well. Got that early goal. Here's Kimmich, great ball in, and straight behind for a goal kick. I mentioned they are the holders. Looking to become the first holders to reach the next final the following season since Real Madrid 9 seasons ago. Stanisic is the first player to come off. Tar is coming off on a yellow card as well, so Kim will come on and replace him. A double change, and they are defenders, but you know that Alphonso Davies will be spending more time in the Paris Saint-Germain half than he will in his own. He will be more like a winger alongside Diaz down that left-hand side as Bayern Munich look to get themselves back into this game as we hit the halfway point in this second half. We are 7/8 of the way through this semi-final. Paris Saint-Germain in a good position at the moment, but one goal would really blow this up. And here is Luis Diaz into the penalty area. Makinos keeping him company. He's closed down as well. Zaire-Emery. Here's Alphonso Davies, goes for the return. Zaire-Emery after it. It's pulled back to the edge. It's Diaz with a shot. He's pushed away by Safanov and cleared by Zaire-Emery. Good save again from Safanov. It's a good height for the goalkeeper. Didn't have to exert himself too much. Just got down and parried it away. That's what goalkeepers are there for. Kim coming on. Means that Alphonso Davies will almost go as a wing-back with Lema. They'll go two at the back, but they've got to be careful because this Paris Saint-Germain side can pick you off when you least expect it. One more goal for Paris, and you think this game could be done. Although they were 3 goals to the good in the second half of the first leg and threw it away to just 1. Well, it was never going to be quite the dizzy heights of the first leg at the Parc des Princes, but the Allianz has been served up an intriguing game tonight. The ball is put out wide to Elise, and Elise can take on Mendes, and he cuts inside. It's Elise with a low shot, but it was well within the reach of the big Russian goalkeeper, who gets down quite comfortably and makes the gather. Well, we know what Elise can do from there. It's not his best strike ever, but not by any stretch of the imagination. These shots are all within range of goalkeeper Safonov. They've got to get it past him. Bradley Barcola winning a throw-in right down by the corner flag in an attacking position off of Alphonso Davies. Paris Saint-Germain's best form of defence is attack. And that's exactly what they're doing at the moment. Vincent Kompany, who's wearing Paris Saint-Germain colours tonight. He's all black baseball cap, black shiny jacket. Paris Saint-Germain in black as well. Here's Doué, right down by the corner flag, trying to trick his way through. Brilliant play by Doué. That's super skills. Pulls it back, not a great pullback. And Kim is able to clear, but my goodness me, that's what you like to see when you come to football, is pieces of skill like that. As Pacho shows you the art of defending by slaughtering the ball into the crowd on this near side. It's a throw-in taken quickly by Harry Kane. Pacho again gets a decisive foot in on Luis Diaz. And with 20 minutes to go, oh, that's sensational skills from Doué. Absolutely delightful. He's got the ball, he's dragged it back, and then with a single flick beneath himself. You've got to watch it if you can. He's absolutely brilliant from Doué. The pullback was outrageously poor, which is a shame. But the skill that led up to it was something divine. 6-4, Paris Saint-Germain lead with 19 minutes to go. The clock is ticking for Bayern Munich. Can't help but feel as every minute goes by, Paris Saint-Germain are getting closer, and here is Kvaratskhelia turning his way into the penalty area. It's lovely play, and he's managed to play the ball in towards Doué, who lashed it towards goal, but wide. And that's where they are so incredibly dangerous. Kvaratskhelia again there, great footwork. He's hit the shot into the side netting as Doué. Not even hit the target from there, and that's poor really, because he should have scored. Or should have hit the target and make the goalkeeper work at the very least. Alphonso Davies for Bayern Munich. Cuts inside from the left-hand side, back to the halfway line. It's Kim. To Pavlovic. Pavlovic to Kane. Kane's had a quiet game, but gets it out wide. Elise got room to manoeuvre into. Hits it straight against Mendes. Hooked away by Kvaratskhelia. Mendes and Kvaratskhelia and Barcola are all wearing the same boots tonight, bright yellow ones. And here come Bayern Munich again. Elise into the penalty area, poor pass, and cleared away in the nick of time by Fabian Ruiz to prevent Bayern Munich from getting their first corner of the game. 72 minutes gone. They're still hammering at the door, Bayern Munich, but they just can't break down this well-drilled Paris Saint-Germain defence. Out wide to Diaz on the left-hand side. Just not getting any change at the moment. Zaire Emery stands him up. He gets the cross in. It's far too deep for Harry Kane. He takes a swipe at it, does Mendes, but he didn't need to. And Ruiz just calms things down and volleys it up into no man's land. And it bounces once, twice, 3 times. And it's got to be retrieved by Alphonso Davies. Not an outfield player in Bayern Munich half. 14 attempts on goal, 4 on target, 10 for PSG, but 5 of those on target, so they've got a better on-goal ratio. And as the ball is turned behind by Pacho, on 74 minutes, Bayern Munich win their first corner of the game. Bayern Munich 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. 6-4 to the Parisians on aggregate. It's a great ball in from Elise, stretching to put it behind And avert the danger was Pacho. In comes the cross. Finger tipped away by Safanov. It will trickle away for a throw-in right on the corner flag. It almost hit the corner flag as it went out. 73.5 on the clock. It's going to be taken by Davis, this throw. All the way back to Luis Diaz. Cuts inside. Gives it to Kim. And then the ball in from Lema. Volleyed away on the side step from Mendes. And now the breakaway for Doué. Doué flicks it past one defender. That was good covering. And it needed to be as well for Upamecano, because Bradley Barcola nearly wriggled his way past two there at one swoop. It's going to be a throw into Paris Saint-Germain. As Kim went in, he missed the ball, and that allowed Doué just to flick the ball over Upamecano. It's a good saving tackle in the end by Alphonso Davies. Well, they could still win the German double. Stuttgart in the final of the DFB Pokal. After their last two games, they will get presented with the title in the home game against Köln week on Saturday. It's not over yet for Bayern Munich. We've still got 15 minutes to salvage this game. It's not unsalvageable, but you can't help but feel one more goal for Paris Saint-Germain would settle it. Here is Doué on the right. Plays it across to Kvaratskhelia, takes it in his stride. Kvaratskhelia's shot is blocked. It comes back out for Doué, and it's Desiree Doué who shoots, and it's inches wide. It hit the water bottle of goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, which was placed just outside his own post. Shows you how close it was. It's a goal kick, but that was very, very close indeed. Double change for Paris Saint-Germain. They're going to going to bring on Beraldo for Fabian Ruiz. Beraldo can play in the middle of midfield, though he is a central defender. Looks like Lucas Hernandez is going to come on as well. I'd imagine they're going to take off Nuno Mendes, are they? Given that he's on a yellow card. Looks like Doué is coming off. So it's Doué and Fabian Ruiz off. They've left Mendes on. They'll take that gamble. They bring on another left back in Lucas Hernandez. He's a very good fullback as well. Former Bayern Munich player, of course. French international. So he'd rather enjoy it if he can get his current club over the line. UCL has been brought down by Neves, but the free kick has gone to Bayern Munich. It's played short by Kimmich. 13.5 minutes to go. They need 2 goals from somewhere here, do Bayern. It's not impossible. And we just know that the drama of the Champions League can at any point produce the unexpected. Here's Elise, flicks it up in the air. Kimmich keeps it away from Neves. Has to go backwards to Upamecano. They're working really hard here at Paris Saint-Germain to keep Bayern Munich at bay. If they get one, it'll make for a fantastic ending. Into the penalty area, Harry Kane runs into Makinos, goes past him, in towards the corner, has to reverse it back. It's Alphonso Davies that plays it inside, Pavlovic, and now it's Kim. Back outside to Alphonso Davies, corner edge of the penalty area, plays it forward to Harry Kane. I think he was quite expecting that, Harry Kane. Back again to Alphonso Davies. Now it's with Alexandra Pavlovic again. Pavlovic finding Upamecano. Kim. It's a good turn by Luis Diaz, and he blows inside, and it's a return towards Luis Diaz, and he goes down on the edge of the penalty area, and a free kick has been given against Luis Diaz, and a yellow card has gone to Luis Diaz as well for simulation. Well, it looked like a foul to me in real time. Be interesting to see that one again. Kimmich, the experienced midfielder, has come across to speak to the referee. As it comes over here, it's a lovely return into him, and he runs straight into Hernandez. Yeah, it's not simulation though. It was the arguing, I think, it's the reaction to the referee that has forced him to show the yellow card. Musiala has gone off And Nicholas Jackson has come on to try and give Bayern Munich a late boost. So a yellow card for Diaz. Here's Kvaratskhelia deep inside the penalty area, but it's gone behind for a corner. Came off of the defender last. Alphonso Davies got the last touch. Kvaratskhelia just such a threat. It's a great first touch he's got, but he went to shoot there just now and it wouldn't come out from underneath him, and he swiped it thin air pretty much, but he still won a corner. We're just about to move into the last 10 minutes. There's 11 minutes to go here. Vitinha's gone across to take this corner. Nicholas Jackson has joined Harry Kane in attack. In comes the corner for Paris Saint-Germain. It's been put back out wide again by Hernandez. This is Vitinha. Can he get the cross in? Spreads it deep and it will come back out on the left-hand side for Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia to take on Lema. Goes one way, then goes the other and gets the cross into the near post. It's gone behind. It's going to be another corner. Neves went for it. It's been put behind by Upamecano for a corner to Paris Saint-Germain. This is their 7th corner of the game. Bayern Munich have had just the one. So, into the last 10 minutes we go. Vitinha's gone across to take the corner, this time on the left-hand side. A few cups and various lightweight implements being thrown in his direction, Vitinha. Not sure that's going to bother him too much. He's whipped it into the near post. Harry Kane climbs to clear it away and finds Elise with a header as well. Can they break away quickly here? Elise trying to play it inside to Upamecano. He's brought down. That will be a free kick. And that's a good free kick for Paris Saint-Germain to give away through Kvaratskhelia, who does just need to be a little bit careful. He is on a yellow card. They don't want him suspended for the final. Here's Harry Kane. And moved on by Pavlovic and out wide to Jackson on the left-hand side. Jackson goes back. Alphonso Davies caught by Bradley Barcola. Free kick just on the edge of the penalty area. It's a little way out towards the left-hand corner. Probably just about in shooting range. The foul from Barcola brought down Alphonso Davies. It was a winger's tackle, wasn't it? Ball had gone after trailing foot. So, free kick, which Kimmich is going to take. Safanov belatedly shuffles back into his goal. Plenty of pushing and shoving in the box. Kim's in there, Kane's in there. In comes the cross. So too is Pacho. Pacho cleared it, but I think the referee wants it retaken. Not happy with the pushing and shoving. Well, there are just a shade over 8 minutes left on the clock. Kimmich. They need to get this right, really. Bayern Munich. Kimmich whips it in. Safanov with a strong punch, which travels a good 30 yards out of the box and drops at the feet of Elise, who turns. Gives it to Kim. He can play it all the way back to Alphonso Davies. Now it's Diaz. Lost the whereabouts of the ball for a moment. Here's Kimmich again. Plays it back inside. Davies. Upamecano. Now it's with Konrad Lema. Lema again. Champions League semi-final second leg, and it's Paris Saint-Germain that lead, and they're looking for another here. It's a quick ball forward and a shot towards goal, which drifted just beyond the goalkeeper. Well, that was Mendes who took the shot. Well, Mendes is playing further forward now, and Lucas Hernandez has gone in at left fullback, and that's allowed him to get into those positions. Bradley Barcola straight down the middle. So Paris Saint-Germain are 7 minutes away, less than 7 minutes away from another Champions League final. And in the final last year, they saw off Inter Milan with plenty to spare. They hit the right notes at the right time, didn't they? But they received all the plaudits all the way through in the Club World Cup. They got to the final and they were overhauled by Chelsea 3-0, weren't they? Will they freeze against English opposition in the final? We're putting them in the final. Harry Kane might have something to say about that as he's brought down on the edge of the penalty area, but no free kick is given. He looks to the referee and he's in fact given a free kick against Harry Kane. Harry Kane gets up and looks rather bemused. I think he's very happy, Harry Kane. In fact, he was forced to the ground. Here comes a change for Bayern Munich. They're going to bring on Lennart Kohl. 17-year-old will come on for Upamecano. Well, it's all or nothing now. They're going to bring on Sonny Muyula as well, the young versatile midfielder, 19-year-old Sonny Muyula for Paris Saint-Germain. He scored one of the 5 goals that beat Inter Milan in that final last May. He's going to come on for Nuno Mendes, who is protected after picking up that yellow card in the first half. And they're going to leave themselves with bare bones at the back here at Bayern Munich. Long ball from Paris Saint-Germain. It's gone straight through to Manuel Neuer, who sprints to the edge of his penalty area and then bowls it out to Kim, who is the one remaining central defender to protect him in front. There, Neuer, the 40-year-old. Alphonso Davies. We're into the last 5 minutes. Well, as every second goes past, so Paris Saint-Germain take another stride closer to Budapest. There's a yellow card being shown here to Vitinha. All yellow cards are wiped ahead of the final, so there is no player that will miss the final, which I think is a brilliant rule. Why should we have the best players in the world sitting out the final because they picked up 2 yellow cards in the last 6 games or whatever it is? Let's get the best players out on that pitch and let's get the best final we possibly can. Here's Kimmich to Pavlovic. I have to admit, I think Paris Saint-Germain have defended really well tonight. But here is a chance to get forward. And Davies took it all the way to the byline, can't keep it in. It's gone behind, it's a goal kick. Another few seconds stretch away. It was Makinos that got the yellow card, by the way, just now. So it's Makinos, Kvaratskhelia on yellow cards. Diaz is the only player left on the pitch with a yellow card for Bayern Munich. Ball forward. It is kept in play by Diaz. He's into the penalty area here. Luis Diaz cuts inside. Can he get the shot away? He tees it up to Lennart Kohl, and then the shot coming in from Lennart, and it's sliced up in the air, and it's caught by the goalkeeper. Claims of a handball. I don't think that's a back pass by Neves. But Lennart had a chance there, and Kohl had a chance there, and it was a good run by Luis Diaz. But this is where Paris Saint-Germain can do you untold damage. Barcola on the left, cuts inside. Bradley Barcola with a shot. It's tipped away for a corner by Neuer. Kvaratskhelia could have kept it in, but why keep it in when you could let it go out of play? Bradley Barcola curling it towards the corner. The left hand of goalkeeper Manuel Neuer keeping it out. The shot actually from Lemar seemed to strike the elbow of Neves. Nothing was given. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain, who are not in a particular hurry to take this corner, and they've taken it short. Zaire Emery. It's Mayula. Now it's Vitinha, dancing his way inside the little Portuguese. And it's just to get it forward, and there could be a chance here for Bradley Barcola, but he slipped as he took it in his stride. And now Bayern Munich can get away. And they need a goal, and they need it quick because there are 90 seconds left, and they need 2 goals. And the ball is played down the line, and now they can attack in numbers. Michael Olise comes inside from the right, whips one in. It's headed away by Makinos up in the air by Kvaratskhelia. Barcola can chase. Olise again, releasing it down the line. Nicholas Jackson has gone after it. He's held on to it. He's inside the penalty area just. Left-footed cross just beyond Harry Kane and straight out for a goal kick. And a huge sigh of relief as we move into the last of the 90 minutes. Paris Saint-Germain are almost there. Well, it promised goals. I promised you goals. I said this wouldn't end 0-0, and then we got a goal after 3 minutes. And here we go again. But that was it. Well, we've had chances, particularly the first half. Second half has been a case of Paris Saint-Germain defending very, very well. Luis Enrique has got his side's defensive frailties from 8 days ago sorted, good and proper. And we're going to find out in a minute how many more minutes of injury time there are. Alphonso Davies, but you get the feeling that Bayern Munich now know that this could be done unless they get a goal very, very quickly. Pavlovic wins a throw-in off of Kvaratskhelia. 2 balls on the pitch. Someone on the PSG bench has deliberately thrown the ball back on. Trouble is, they don't know who it was, so they can't dish out a yellow card, but that will be more time added on. 5 minutes, says the 4th official for Norway, Espen Eskas. Lemar gets it wide, it's too much for Nicholas Jackson. Cleared away by Paris Saint-Germain. Anywhere will do, just bounces away to Neuer, who comes out, heads it forward. That's right, heads it forward, the goalkeeper, to Kimmich. Wide by Alphonso Davies, and this is Luis Diaz into the penalty area, can't quite get the cross in. It's Nicholas Jackson, turns it towards goal, and leaping up to claim the ball is goalkeeper Matvei Safonov. Grateful Safonov gets his hands on the ball. And Paris Saint-Germain take another stride closer to the final. Bradley Barcola is running down the middle, and a long kick by Safonov. Played one of the 5 minutes added on by the referee. Olise trying to release Konrad Lemar. That's good, strong defending low from Paris Saint-Germain. Pacho's been immense at the back, so too Makinos. They've got their defensive shape sorted in this game, good and proper. Luis Diaz, who's not been able to show the form that he showed in the first leg. Still Luis Diaz, maybe he might now try to play it through to Leonard Cole. Enough black shirts back there to get it away, and Kvaratskhelia can collect the ball on this right-hand side, rolls it down the line. There's no one there, it just rolls and rolls and rolls, and eventually it's picked up by Kim. And they can start all over again with Alexander Pavlovic. You get the feeling that this is not going to happen here for Bayern Munich and for Vincent Kompany. Bradley Barcola won't keep it in play over on the far side, but they are 3 minutes away from Budapest. They are 3 minutes away from a final against Arsenal on the 30th of May at the Puskás Arena. Here come Bayern Munich still desperately trying to get back into this game, but they need a goal from somewhere, and they need it now. They've got 2.5 minutes to score 2 goals. Kvaratskhelia winning it back. He's got Diaz pushing him in the back, and that's going to be a free kick. And that free kick, being won by Paris Saint-Germain, is celebrated down on the bench as if they've just gone and got a second goal, because they know that that is just going to run the clock down a little bit further. We've got a little over 2 minutes to go, and they need 2 goals, Bayern Munich, and I don't think it's going to happen now. It's going to be Paris Saint-Germain who go through to the final. Safanov, guess what he's just gone and done? He's kicked it out of play again from a free kick halfway down the field. He's just smashed it straight out. That's been his ploy tonight, the goalkeeper. Just keep kicking it out. Tell you what, it's worked. They're winning 1-0 and they're going through to the final of the Champions League. One last throw of the dice here, maybe from the home side. Lema wriggling forward over the halfway line. Sends it wide to Elise. Elise and Diaz, so dangerous, but it's not quite happened for them in the scale it did in the first leg. Here's Kimmich. Plays it through. This is a nice reverse pass to Harry Kane, and Harry Kane fires it into the top corner. It's an equalising goal in the 94th minute for Bayern Munich. They need one more, but they haven't got very long to get it. They've got a minute in which to find extra time here at Bayern Munich. Harry Kane with an effort into the top corner. It was a nice pass from Alphonso Davies into Kane, and he turned and lashed it with his first real chance of the game, Harry Kane. Alphonso Davies returns it inside. Harry Kane takes a touch and bang. Goal number 55 for the season. But will it be enough to rescue Bayern Munich? In the final embers of this game. They need another, and they need it quick. Just seen a replay of Ousmane Dembele's face as he's waiting for the shot to come in from Harry Kane, and it was a wince of misfortune. 14 goals in 13 matches in the Champions League this season for Harry Kane. That's not a bad return, is it? As the ball is kicked out of play, would you guess, from Matvei Sofanov. And we have played all but 10 seconds of the 5 minutes added on. We might get another 30 seconds here. They might just get one more chance, Bayern Munich. They're